And I remember this one trade I made in one day. I lost $5,000. You know how detrimental that is to lose $5,000. Think about how long it takes to make $5,000. Now think about how long it takes to save $5,000 at that time of my life. And so I put myself into some financial difficulties again for the third time, going to the bank, and I'm sitting down with my financial advisor, and I'm like, I need to refinance again. I need to take all my debt, I need to put it into my mortgage. And she looks at me and she goes, Gary, you obviously have no idea how to manage your debt and your lines of credits and your HELOCs and your credit card. I know. So let's just get rid of them all. She goes, yeah, that's a good idea, Gary. Let's just get rid of them all. From now on, I'm just going to pay cash for everything that I need. I'm done. And so something happens that day which changed my life. She leaves the office. I'm sitting there by myself, and I look up on the wall. Have you guys ever seen the index chart? It's in every single bank, right? Where it shows you what stock markets have done for the last 50 years. It shows you what interest rates have done for the last 50 years, and prime ministers and presidents and everything else. And that particular day, I looked at this particular line on there, and it showed what inflation was doing for the last 50 years. And it was anywhere between 1 to 2% as high as maybe 15, 16, 17%. I said, okay, if I average it out over the 50 years, it's maybe about 5% or so, inflation. And so at the time at TD Bank, I was making, I think it was around the 85,000. And I got a good raise the previous year, $1,000. Not bad, pretty good. Okay? People don't get any raises. But when I did the math on that, here is what I realized, was that my increase was 1.2, 1.3%. And I was like, I get it. It is mathematically impossible to get ahead by having a job. I can't outpace inflation. And that was when the light bulb went off. And I was like, what if I own 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more properties? Could that change my life? And so I started telling people, I want to buy an investment property. I want to buy an investment property. A friend of mine called me up a couple months later. He goes, are you sure you want to buy an investment property? Yeah, I do. He goes, listen to this. My dad is going through this really nasty divorce. Why don't you buy the property for him so he can stay there? And he's got this illegal unit in the lower part of the property, and he can rent that to his sister. I'm like, perfect, let's do it. So I go to the bank, get approved, ready to rock and roll. Oh shit, I ain't got no damn money. So how am I going to buy this property? Now, if you guys remember back in 2008, there was this very, very short window where you could buy a property with 0 down. Okay? 0 down, 40-year amortization. I had $1,500. The closing costs were $3,200. And I go to my buddy, I go, listen, how about we go halves on this? I ain't got any money. Go, look, you want to help your dad out? We got to go halves on this. It's the only way we're going to do this. So we went in halves. That's how I bought my first investment property. That's how broke I was. And I want to share that story, let you guys know that you can start at any place in your life. So, fast forward to 2010, I now have 2 properties, and I decided I'm going to start a company called Smart Home Choice.